is recorded, and the recording will be shared with all participants after the event. So without further ado, let's start our session today. I would like to introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Chamil Mendis, who is from Sri Lanka. He's an award-winning and experienced IT project manager with over 20 years of experience in this industry. He has an impressive 18 years track record in managing projects using both waterfall and agile methodologies. Chamil is a AI influencer as well as AI enthusiast who utilize generative AI tools to streamline project workflow, improve decision making, and drive successful project outcomes. He is the owner of AI Today News YouTube channel, which brings you the latest AI news daily by utilizing multiple generative AI tools to create the new videos. So we can start. Over to you, Mr. Chamil.
Thank you so much, Iqbal, and thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my insight and experience with the PMI Bangladesh chapter. As Iqbal clearly mentioned, like the world is rapidly changing and there are a lot of new things are happening day by day. And especially on the AI side, generative AI is impacting in many areas. And today we are going to focus the generative AI, the impact of the generative AI on the side of project management, what we can do with the project management, and how we can utilize the generative AI tools for the effective project management practices and automate your manual work as a workflows. I hope am I audible enough and you can see the slide?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, can you see that slide, the introduction agenda? Iqbal is clear, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, great, thank you. So this is the today's agenda. Basically, we will discuss about the today's mainly topic. I will be taking you through the generative AI on project management side. However, before we move into that, I feel like we should know the AI basics of AI and generative AI side, and then some of you may be already aware, but for the benefit of the people, those who are not familiar, I will just cover in brief, and then we'll move to the integrating AI into PMI knowledge areas. We know like there are 10 PMI knowledge areas which we use to practice as a PMI certified project professional. So we will be seeing these 10 knowledge areas, and we will identify the areas which we can leverage, which we can integrate AI into our day-to-day practices. Then we will look into some case studies, generative AI applications in project management. Then we will discuss the typical issues of generative AI tools, and also we will look at the unlocking the AI potential for business success in order to leverage the AI effectively. What are the things that we could do in an organization? How an organization should utilize the AI in the correct way, and what are the best practices and strategies. So then we'll end the session with discussing the future of AI section. Okay, so what is AI? So AI, this is the standard definition of what is AI. Everyone knows like what is AI is basically, if you take the definition, it says artificial intelligence refers to a simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, particularly computer systems. It involves developing systems that can perform tasks like reasoning, learning, problem solving, and language understanding, kind of mimicking the human brain, the functionality using computer machines, so which is called artificial intelligence. So when you say artificial intelligence, there are multiple flavors of artificial intelligence, like generative AI is a one flavor of artificial intelligence, and also we have seen like computer vision, which is being rapidly used in your mobile phone for the facial recognition, as well as the autonomous cars like a Tesla, where they will use a computer vision to identify the objects and take a decision based on the routes which is provided by the maps, Google Maps. And also robotics, it's another flavor of AI. So in today's session, we will be basically covering the generative AI section. If you look at the history of AI, it goes to 1950s, where the initially the in 20th century, which the pioneers like where the early beginning of AI was happened. So people are thinking like it is something new. No, it is not. It has been there on the world, on multiple industries has been used, and the golden age of AI is being considered as the 1980s, where multiple application robotics process automation has been evolved during that time. And this era we call as a modern AI revolution era, which is nothing but thanks to the introduction of ChatGPT, where general public has been embraced very well. Because of that, we are talking about this generative AI and AI and all these the new buzzwords, because generative AI was there even before that, before 2022, when they publicly launched and announced the ChatGPT for the general public to use and make their life easy to access these tools. So when you say AI, it is very important to know the AI landscape. So how the AI landscape has been positioned, especially when you say artificial intelligence, it's a big set of area within which you will have machine learning. It's a subset of artificial intelligence. So then we will have deep learning as a subset of machine learning, and also generative AI is a subset of deep learning. So this is very important for you to understand the AI landscapes. Generative AI is a subset of deep learning, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So this is how the AI landscape has been developed. So just to keep you updated, it's very important to know the AI landscape when you want to learn AI, especially on the generative AI topic. These are some of the buzzwords, especially machine learning and deep learning. Everyone will be hearing about machine learning. What is machine learning is it's a learning process which enable computer to learn from data without explicitly programming, by identifying patterns and making predictions. So it's basically a computer program where you will feed the data, a lot of data, and the computer program will learn by looking at the data and take prediction, take decisions. And the other one is deep learning. It's a subset of machine learning, as I already explained in the previous chart, that based on artificial neural networks. So neural network is this is if you take a human's brain, there's something called neurons, which is connected. Billions of neurons are connected in the human brain. So the artificial intelligence also using the same technology called deep learning, which is inspired by the human brain neural networks. So these are the computer generated neural network with billions of parameters and layers, which consist of these algorithms and programs to form the AI and generative AI part. So how do machine learn? So there are three main types of ways where the machine will learn: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So when you say supervised learning, so you basically provide the label data into the this machine learning model, so that, for example, you upload a picture of the cat and you say this is a cat. So the model, the model, AI model will understand, the algorithm will understand by looking at this picture, or if you find a picture similar to this, then you give the output saying it is a cat. So similarly, billions of images has been used to train these machine learning models with the supervised learning. So unsupervised learning means you don't label, you simply upload the bulk data and let the let the machine learning model to find patterns and come up with its own prediction and identify the data patterns as well as the data element using unlabeled data. So reinforcement learning is another type which goes to train an agent to make a decision by rewarding desired behavior, and they penalize if you give a wrong answer. Basically, you upload the image to the model and model will say this is a cat. If the answer is correct, then you give an additional credit, let's say +1 credit. So if the model say it's not a cat, it's a dog, so then you penalize by -1. So that way model will learn by getting the rewards based on the prediction which the model is providing. So just I'm not going to the details of this one, just to keep you aware of what are the things basically you want to learn about these models. How do machine learn, and what are the supervised learn, and what is unsupervised and reinforcement learning. Now let's look at generative AI. So generative, as we seen in the previous diagram, generative AI is a subset of deep learning model that can predict new content based on what is described in the output. So basically, it can predict the output based on the input which you provide. So you ask a question from the model, and model will give you an output based on the input you provided in a form of text. It could be a text, audio, video, and image. So that is called 4 different type of modes. It is called multi-model generative AI. Now let's look at the generative AI landscape. So if you take the generative AI as a big set area, and foundation model is a subset of generative AI, and then you will have a large language models under the foundation model, and then GPTs, generative pre-trained transformers. It is called GPTs. So basically, let me give you example for large language model. Is basically a if you say a large language model, it's a GPT-4, Microsoft Copilot, Google Gemini, are the large language model. The example of large language model is a type of neural network trained on a massive amount of text data, billions of amount of text data. If you take example, large language model as ChatGPT. So ChatGPT has been trained on using a vast amount of, massive amount of billions of uh, data, especially the text data. They have used to train their model. Especially if you take the Google Gemini model, they have used millions of YouTube videos, the content and the images of YouTube videos to train their Gemini model. So it's a big, massive process, and the more they use the precise data, the more accuracy available within that model. So coming back to the AI landscape, so this is very important to understand. If you say uh, foundation model, within generative AI, we have foundation model, large language model, and GPTs. So this is like if you say foundation model as an example, where this basically large language model has been based on a foundation model for some defined task. Let me give you a real world example. Let's say if you are considering as a foundation model as a one subset of knowledge base, let's say the driving. So when you say driving, you need to learn all the basics of driving, like let's say the road rules you need to learn. You need to learn about the road and the vehicle types and all the rules and vehicle functionality. Those kind of basic information you need to learn. That is called foundation level models. So even though you know how to drive, you cannot drive a car, right? You cannot drive a vehicle. So that is where you will further train based on the knowledge on the training to drive a, let's say, a car. Uh, but if then you will learn certain things, but that does not mean you when you learn a car you can drive a heavy vehicle. So you need to have a different set of knowledge base. So that likewise you have foundation model driving, large language model, a narrow down version of your knowledge base, which is developed to cater for a specific purpose, which is the driving of a light motor vehicles, a car. And GPT is another subset. We think that you will further fine tune using the same large language knowledge. You will further narrow down your scope to perform a specific task. So if you take the ChatGPT example, foundation large language model is the ChatGPT, and GPT, they have a GPT store within ChatGPT where you can create a GPT using a ChatGPT, large language model. The classical example is the PMI Infinity, which has been created using ChatGPT and specifically use the PMBOK knowledge base to train on a specific task. So that GPT is only be able to answer a question based on the project management area. And if you ask any question other than that project management area, the GPT will not be able to answer. If you ask anything related to marketing, so that GPT will not be able to answer because it is being narrowed down and trained specifically to fulfill a certain knowledge base. Okay, so now let's look at generative AI and also generative AI. And when you say generative AI, it can create text generation, image generation, audio generation, and video generation. So these are the 4 different types of modes where a generative AI tool can generate. Not all generative AI tools are in a position to capable of generating text, image, audio, and video. Like some of the models, they can generate like latest GPT-4, they can generate text, image, and audio also it can generate, but video they can't generate. But there are some of the tools like Google Gemini you can use to generate videos, and audio there are several GPTs, several generative AI tools are available, which is specifically created for the purpose of generating audio as well as a video. If you look at application of generative AI, it goes, the typical example is chatbot. We used to see all these chatbots, AI assistant in all the websites, right? All the websites. And these chatbots are basically providing the assistant to the end users to answer questions based on the knowledge which they have trained. And also content generation, like you can create high quality content such as articles, materials, images, and also you can use these tools to automate the content generation purpose. Entertainment, like you can create personalized audios, music videos, and also it has been heavily used in research and development areas to assist the scientific research by generating hypotheses, analyzing data, and developing new materials and technologies on a given specific research purpose. So these are the typical, the most popular applications of generative AI. Let's look at, I have done some survey, independent survey during last month. regarding the generative AI usage survey worldwide, and I got some feedback. According to the survey results, it says 92% of general public said that they are using generative AI tools for their personal works. So that means, so 92% of the participant in 32 countries said that they are using ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Midjourney and other generative AI tools for their personal work. And 60% of general public said that they are using generative AI tools daily for their work. So 60% they use daily, like ChatGPT or any other tools they use daily. And 60% of business organizations said that they are currently using generative AI tools for their operations. So that means it is already there and people are already using it. Like maybe all of you must be already aware of these trends and already must be using. I'm sure everyone in this forum will be already used ChatGPT and know about this one. So this is the trend it's going towards, and it's moving towards the AI transformation towards the organizations also. Let me show you some important free generative AI tools before we move into the next section. So famous tool is ChatGPT, which everyone knows, which can use to generate images and text documents. And also Google Gemini, you can access gemini.google.com. It's a free tool also, same like ChatGPT, which can generate images, text, even you can generate audios using the same Google Gemini, and which is the one of the most powerful model available at the moment in the market, which has the highest context length. Context length means the token size. So you can upload a huge amount of data. For example, 1 hour of video, you can upload it to the Google Gemini, and you can ask Google Gemini to analyze and give a context, or you can upload 500,000 words of a document to the Google Gemini, and you can ask any question, or you can ask for a summarization, or you can ask any question based on that document. So that is the power of Google Gemini. Unlike ChatGPT, there's a restriction on the context window and the file size which you can upload. And Microsoft Copilot is another popular tool which you can use along with the Microsoft 365, which is a very famous tool, and you can use with Office 365 to integrate the AI facility, the AI capability with Microsoft products like Excel, Word, and also Microsoft Outlook. And there is something called Copilot Studio, which is available with the Microsoft AI Studio, which you can create a custom copilots like GPTs in ChatGPT. Same way, you can create your own copilot with your custom data, with your own personal data or own corporate data by connecting this GPT to a database, or you can upload Excel file, you can upload multiple documents in the different formats to train these small models with a specific task. For example, if you want to create a copilot within Copilot Studio, you can use to connect to your website, and then that you can use that GPT to answer any question related to the content which is available on your website, and he will provide you the correct answer. So this is another narrow down version of GPT. You can create and train for a specific purpose using Copilot Studio. And Claude is another famous application. This has came to the market recently within this year, and it became very popular within couple of weeks time because of the analytics power of this cloud platform, and it has so many new features which we will be discussing a little bit later. This is the Google AI Studio. You can use the Gemini or multiple models on Google AI Studio to analyze document, create content, analyze images, analyze videos as well as audio. And this has a token count more than 1 million. You can see on the right hand side under the model, I have selected Gemini 1.5 Flash, and below that you can see token count. The Gemini 1.5 Flash version has a 1 million token count. That means 1 million size. For example, you can say 1 hour of video file, 1 hour long video file you can upload directly to this model, and you can summarize the video, or you can generate any report using the content on that video itself. Then there's another model called getcody.ai you can use to create custom bots, custom AI agents. And for the image generation, there is a famous tool available, Midjourney, but I want to share some of the other tools also, like getcody.ai. It's one of the famous and powerful tool. You can generate realistic images. And also Pika Labs, Pika.art you can use. Okay, so these are some of the sample generative AI tools which I'm using in my day-to-day life. But I just want to share, and all the tools you can use in the free version. There is a paid version, but the free version is more than enough for you to create something meaningful. So now we know, like these tools are there, generative AI tools, like it's shown earlier, like ChatGPT, Google, and Microsoft Copilot. And now we need to talk to these models, right? So how do we talk to these models? You need to communicate with these generative AI tool to get a desired output. So which is very important. That is called prompt engineering. So let's dig into the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the technology where you learn how to create, how to talk to these model effectively. To talk to this model, you need to draft instruction that is called prompt. The prompt is nothing but a set of text instruction which you are giving to a model to come up with the desired output by the user. So the effective of the output is totally depend on the effectiveness of the input. So which is the prompt. So that is where the prompt engineering has become another important topic during this generative AI and AI era. So there are new jobs available. Prompt engineers has been offered big salaries in a lot of countries, and they start hiring people to write effectively prompt, and they call the prompt engineers. There are three key principles of effective prompt which we need to remember. So the first thing is the clarity, context, and iterative refinement. So when you say clarity, you need to have you need to be clear about what you are asking for and provide a specific details or constraint. This help guides to AI to produce more relevant and targeted response. So you need to tell the tool what you are exactly looking for. And then if you don't specify what you are exactly looking for, it might come up with the hallucination or some garbage information. Then you need to specify the context. Context is nothing but you need to provide the relevant context of a background information to help the AI to understand the situation. Basically, you have to tell the model the situation which you are currently in or which you are planning to move into. This can lead to more informed and appropriate output. Without defining proper context, the model will not be in a position to give you the desired output. So the next is you need to refine this prompt. It goes like an iterative process where you create a prompt and test the prompt and adjust the prompt again with some parameters, and then rerun, then again test the prompt like that. It's an iterative process of refinement of these prompt until you are 100% satisfied with the output which model is providing. So which is called iterative refinement. So whenever you draft a prompt and run this prompt, don't expect the model will give you the desired output. So that is where there is another new role has been introduced to the market called prompt quality QA. Prompt QA, you need to do quality assurance of the prompt. There are quality assurance team who is doing the quality assurance part using this prompt, because it is very it's like a both side of the edge sword, where you can use for the better purpose as well as the bad purpose. So you can use these prompt to jailbreak these models, like jailbreaking ChatGPT. So you can use this prompt. If you use a prompt in different way, you can jailbreak. That means you are using the prompt to for a different purpose, which is not intended by that generative AI tool is initially created for. So we have to be very careful with this one, and prompt injection, and you can use this prompt to inject the data. Data poisoning is another threat of these tools. That's where you need to have a proper validation of the prompt. Like there was a recent issue where some of the hackers, they were able to use these prompt to get use chatbots to get into the corporate network and access some sensitive information. So we have to be very careful with these prompts. That's why you need iterative refinement when you draft a prompt, and make sure the prompt is giving the desired output. Then after that, you can parameterize the prompt and save the prompt in a prompt repository to be used in a different occasion. If you do not create a proper prompt, if you do not instruct the model in a such a way where the model will provide you the expected output, it will come up with the hallucination. Hallucination is nothing but AI. The model will imagine something else, and it try to generate unrealistic information, unrealistic data. So, for example, if you ask what is a project, it might give you something, some different answer which is not um, relevant to the project management. So that is called here hallucination. So another typical example is like you must have seen AI generated images, right? So human images, where the AI will generate human images, but sometimes if you look at carefully on their fingers, you will see not 5 fingers, you will see some of the fingers are not equal, and sometimes they might you can see the hands with 6 fingers, 7 fingers, because that is called hallucination. So it try to, because it does not know, the model does not know what is a finger, because it used the trained data to predict the output. So sometimes it creates its own imagination of details. So that is called hallucination. To avoid hallucination, you have to use the proper prompt with clarity and context. We will look into this one. To avoid this one, there are formulas. The type of formulas has been defined in the in prompt engineering. So RTF, create, star, these are like some sample prompt which I will be using today, like RTF format you can use for the simple prompt. You can use RTF format or create or star techniques, star formula for different purposes. So let's look at the RTF formula. If RTF is like role, task, and format. When you say role, you have to tell the model what is the role which the model want to play. Basically, you are putting the model in a hat as a project manager. So you can say you are an experienced project manager who has over 20 years of experience. So you are basically telling the model to wear a hat of experienced project manager. Then after that, you tell the model to a task. You are saying the model to what you need from the model. Please create a project management plan for a website migration project to cloud from on-premise server. So basically, you are telling the model giving a role, and then you are giving a task, and you are saying this is what I want. So you have to define the format. Provide document format with headings and subheading. This is a simple text, but it is a very concise and precise format. So finally, if you take the prompt, the whole prompt, you can say you are an experienced project manager who has over 20 years of experience. Please create a project management plan for a website migration project to cloud from on-premise server. Provide document format with headings and subheadings. So this is the complete prompt which you can use to run and get output from a generative AI tool like ChatGPT and Claude. So basically, you need to understand without specifying a role, you can say create a project management plan for a website migration project to cloud from on-premise server. And you simply use the only task without using a role and format. What it will do is it will use its own imagination. It might not be acting as an experienced project manager, because when you say experienced project manager, uh, the model will use the project management skill set to come up with the tasks which is specified, creating a project management plan. It's like you are telling to create a project management plan to the professional project manager, as well as the, let's say, the marketing manager. If you ask marketing manager to create a or if you ask like a project, if you ask a receptionist to create a project management plan, in the same time you ask the same task, the project management plan to create by an experienced project manager. So who will create the better project management plan? Obviously, it's the project manager, right? So similarly, because that is where you did not specify a role. So that is the importance of and the beauty of the prompt formula to specify a role. So let's move to the next one, star formula. Star is like you will define situation, which is the context, and you give the model the task, and you define the appearance, as well as the you can fine tune, refine. Let's look at some example. So in the situation section, you can tell you are an experienced project manager with over 15 years of experience in the risk management, especially focusing on IT and website migration projects. So here you are telling you are experienced project manager, and you have a skill set of creating a risk management plan. So that means you are putting the hat of you are a project manager, but also you have a specific skill set of risk management. And what I'm asking to create is a comprehensive risk register for a website migration project. And the appearance is say, make sure to format the register in a clear and professional manner for easy reference. And finally, you are saying include the column risk. Include I want this risk register to contain these columns. So yes, I'm saying include the columns like risk category, risk description, likelihood. It should be low, medium to high, and impact also low, medium, and high. Risk owner and mitigation strategy. So here, if you look at the situation, you clearly define the situation with more details. It's basically, you are putting the hat of the experienced project manager in the risk management area and telling him to create a website migration risk register for a website migration project. So that way, if you are telling the same task to a company receptionist, he will do the better job instead of than the company reception in doing the work. So similarly, you have to specify the task, appearance, and refine. So the final prompt will look like you are an experienced project manager with over 15 years of expertise in risk management, especially focusing on IT and website migration projects. create a comprehensive risk register for a website migration project. Make sure format the register in a clear and professional manner for easy reference. Include the columns, these columns. So if you use this prompt to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will able to give you a better output than you are simply telling create a risk management plan for a website migration project. Next one is create formula. So create formula, as the words are defined, it's a create is like a character, a request, then you will use example, adjustment, type of output, and evaluation. So these are the six parameters you will be using sections to define mm, proper prompt depend on the requirements. So character, you are saying that you are an experienced project manager with over 20 years of experience in the construction industry. You manage large construction projects. So you are telling you are experienced in the construction industry and you also manage large construction project. And the request is saying create a detailed project plan for a construction of a new 20-story residential building, include milestone timelines, resource allocation, and risk management plan. And under the examples, I'm saying refer the attached project template and past lesson learned document. So this is the beauty of these the prompt as well as the tools. So ChatGPT, now you can upload document, and Claude also you can upload document, and you can use with your own prompts. So you can say you if you have a templates or sample previous project information, you can use to upload, and in the prompt you are saying refer to the attached the project template and the lesson learned document or company policy to generate the desired output. Under the adjustment section, you can say in the project template document I uploaded, please do not consider the milestone as they are just examples. So some exclusion or some other additional information on the samples you can mention here if you want to do further adjustment. And the type of output, I want to create the project milestone and timelines in a table format. So I need the table format, not the document paragraph format. So you can specify, or otherwise you can say create the document, create these section in the document format, the paragraph format, and create the milestone in a table format. Like that, you can also mention. There is no hard and fast rule for defining these ones. So under these categories, you can give different instructions. Under the final section of evaluation, once it is created, you are saying make sure the final output is compliance with the current construction regulation in UAE. So how does this ChatGPT or Claude knows the current regulation, construction regulation in UAE? So if you didn't provide any instructions, it will try to use from the web. Otherwise, you can upload under the attachment section and you can refer, say that one. So it will also use the compliance using the current regulation. So likewise, see the complex of these prompts. So there are some of the prompts, it is very complicated and complex, which will take time to draft. That is where you need an expert in creating these prompts, and that is called prompt engineers. So that is their task to draft these complex and concise prompts. Sometimes you will have to spend a couple of hours to generate these prompts. And the other things, there are so many new tools, new AI tools has been introduced to the market to generate this type of intelligent and accurate, concise prompts for a specific task. So the final, you can see the final prompt is like you are telling all, you are combining all these 6 prompts together, sub prompts together, and generating a big prompt. Challenges of traditional project management. So what are the challenges of the traditional project management which we are facing today? So if you look at the traditional project management, let's say you are not using AI or you are still using some software. And lack of automation is one of the key challenge, because some of the documents, some of the systems may not be automated. Some of the things are being, even though it is automated, maybe it is not integrated. Some systems you must be using Excel for project charts and project documents. You are using Word documents, so they are not interconnected. And also you will spend a lot of time on brainstorming and also team meetings, and also planning, forecasting, and also poor communication, because the communication is the one of the key factor within your project for the successful project. So the communication means, so you need to communicate all your project stakeholders. So because sometimes you will have communication issues, and maybe you are not communicating correctly or on the correct information, and that will lead to mislead the efforts and misunderstanding, ultimately which will result in project timeline slippage, and which is ultimately end up with the slipping the deadline and unsuccessful project. So to avoid yeah, this one, we can use these things. And also documentation is one of the key factors within the traditional project management, which we used to spend a lot of time on, especially creating these documents, project plan, risk management plan, and all these communication management plans. So many project documents are involved in one particular project, and also uh, understanding this project, and also reviewing these documents are very tedious tasks. Someone has to sit and go through these uh, hundreds of pages documents. So these are the typical challenges which is we are facing in today's traditional project management, which can be overcome by AI transformation. Leveraging generative AI for project management. So when you leverage generative AI for project management, what it can do, it can create the content generation. It can help you to draft document, generate content, and also it can also help you to task automation. Like there are some tasks which you are doing manually, it can use to automate, like bots. You can use AI agents to automate some of the tasks. Like data analysis is one of the key tasks within your project, in order to make sure that your project is running within the budget and on schedule. So analysis of your project data is a key important task. Sometimes you need to perform manual operations, manual analysis, to make sure your project is on shape. So this can be done using generative AI tools today. Like in PMI project management, we have knowledge areas. There are 10 project management knowledge areas, like integration management, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communication, risk management, and procurement, and stakeholder management. So these are the latest 10 knowledge areas as per the latest PMBOK edition. As a PMI certified project manager, we need to follow these project management areas if you are using waterfall methodology. So let's look at how we can use these 12 knowledge areas to leverage the generative AI. The first one is integration management. Okay, integration management is the one of the key area within these knowledge areas, 10 knowledge areas. Like you can use, these are some of the use cases. Like you can use generative AI tools to create project charter and project management plan, and also change control and project performance monitoring, as well as the predictive analysis and lesson learned documents. So for examples, now you don't need to create tedious documents. You don't need to spend a lot of time with your team on brainstorming. Even for the brainstorming, you can use these tools to brainstorm ideas and generate a project charter, and even it will create a comprehensive project charter, if you provide the comprehensive prompt to the model, it can create a proper project charter, and the content, it will be the first draft. So as a project manager and project professional, it will ease your workload. So you can easily use this information to create the final draft based on this one. Otherwise, you need to start thinking, brainstorming. Sometimes you might miss some of the important factors, important key elements within your project, and especially for the risk area. Next one is scope management. In the scope management, you can use creating a WBS. You can create a prompt to specify the model to come up with the work breakdown structure. There are tools to create work breakdown structure, AI tools. You can use this one. Also, scope statement generation. You can do impact analysis, especially on the scope management area. And then schedule management knowledge area, you can use project schedule. You can create the project schedule. You can you can use predictive analysis for timeline forecasting, and especially the critical part is one of the most important factor of any project. So you need to make sure you are you don't impact the critical path. So that's where every time you need to make sure that your tasks are as per the critical path analysis. So that can be easily used to create using generative AI tools like Cloud and ChatGPT. You can use. You have to upload your project schedule, and you can ask the model whether are we still on the any changes to the critical path, are we still on the budget. So this kind of analysis you can do, and also optimizing schedule. The AI tool will be able to provide the better resource allocation for project timelines. And cost management, the cost estimate and budgeting. You can create the entire project costing part using these tools. There are specific tools to create the cost management plan, like some of the tools which you can use to create a the work breakdown structure. Then you can ask that tool itself to come up with the high level estimate, project estimate for each task, bottom to top level, and then it will give you the high level project estimate based on its knowledge base. So you can fine tune these cost estimates based on your own data as well as your own expertise information. So similarly, cost tracking and forecasting, you can use generative AI tools, and also especially anomaly detection in project expense. Sometimes you will not see any anomalies when you are creating a cost management plan and cost estimating during your budgeting process. So AI can understand anomalies using the using your data, using your information, and it can identify the different patterns, and it can give you a hint saying these are the areas which will affect an unusual potential problems, and which can turn into a future cost overrun issues. Quality management knowledge areas is another very important area within your project. So you can use quality control assurance, AI-driven AI tools to control your quality control and assurance, to make sure whether your output as defined per the expected outcome. So predictive defect detection, that means you can use these models to, especially if it is a software development project, you can use these tools. There are so many software development tools are available, AI generated code testers, so that can run independently while when you are checking the code into a coding repository. These model can work from the backend, and it can scan your code, and it can test the code automatically and come up with any possible defect which might be, before you release to production, it can highlight the possible issues and possible defect which has to be fixed in order to release. So that's a preventive measurement. Resource management you can use especially for resource allocation, predictive analysis, and skill mapping is a very important area. You need to find the right skill. How do you find the right skill? Because there are tools available, and even you can connect with LinkedIn and you can find the right skilled resources to assign to your project. And also communication management is one of the most important area within your project management process. So where you can use to generate a daily status report without using any other tool. Status reports is a very important piece of information which you need to use to communicate uh, with your project stakeholders. So especially meeting summaries, like this is a tedious task. You can use automated meeting summaries, and there are AI tools to generate meeting summaries within your project. So it can automatically, you don't need to physically attend to the meeting. Sometimes if there are 3 meetings happening on the same time, you cannot online meetings, you may not be able to attend all 3 meetings. So you can delegate your AI copilot meeting to go attend on behalf of you, and it will automatically transcribe, record all the meeting details, and even capture the screen. And finally, it can come up with the meeting summaries, which can be easily shared with your team. So multilingual support, like especially for the co-working remote teams, you can use like for the translation, like let's say you are working in a project with multiple regions in the world, like Chinese and maybe US, and where they will understand only the US, and the same contents can be automatically translated to Chinese for their understanding. So that kind of automatic translation is available within these tools that can be overcome the language barriers within the project. So this is another example of using these tools for communication management within your project. Risk management, which is a really important area within your project. This is one of the most important knowledge area within 10 EMBOK knowledge areas. So you can use AI-powered risk identification. Initially, you know the project scope. If you have the project details, you can upload this information on the model, and you can ask the model to come up with the comprehensive risk management plan. So rather than you sit and identify the risk management, create the risk register with your team, spending couple of hours. Sometimes you need to spend half day, 1 day to come up with the risk register, risk management plan. So this, if you provide the clear instruction and upload the your knowledge base, your project knowledge base, company knowledge base to this model can come up with the first draft, comprehensive first draft with proper comprehensive risk management plan. And sometimes you will find the sum of the risk you may not even have think. So which is a really advantage of using these models. You might miss some of the risk, and which ultimately can lead to a disaster at the end if the risk triggered, if the risk happened. So it is better to identify all the possible risks at the beginning of the project as a project professional, and these tools are there to help you to make your life easy. Procurement management, yes, we need to, some projects require the procurement and vendor selection. you can use these tools to do a proper unbiased selection using the vendor selection analysis. And contract analysis also is a tedious task when you get multiple contracts from multiple vendors to analyze and come up with the shortlist the best three suppliers based on your criteria, your own project criteria, and find the most suitable vendor for and award the contract. You need to spend a lot of time and analyzing these documents. Sometimes you tend to be biased based on your preference. So you can use these tools provided that you have the all the details, vendor details, and your selection criteria information. You can upload this information into the models, and you can ask the models to generate uh, come up with the vendor selection and also do a contract analysis and supply chain analysis. And stakeholder management, stakeholder identification is one of the key area, and depend on the, if you did not identify your correct stakeholders preference, sometimes you have to use personalized communication to your multiple stakeholders, depend on their preference. And you can use engagement tracking and predictive stakeholder behavior. Success of managing the stakeholders is totally depend on the success of your project. So the AI tools can identify the stakeholder preference and behavior based on the content which they communicate. For example, the stakeholder, we used to communicate emails during the project, like project emails, project documents prepared by different stakeholders. So you can use this information and link to the tool, and you can ask tool to generate a personalized email based on their preference, so that that the tool will use the same tone which is matched to the different stakeholders. So the tool will not use the same tone when replying to another stakeholder. So likewise, it can identify based on the context of the document or email, what type of the tone this particular stakeholder would like, what type of behavior is like. According to, it can adjust the desired output, which is going to send it to the stakeholder, which will ultimately satisfy the stakeholder, and it will lead to a successful completion of project. Okay, let's look at some of the generative AI tools and for the project management. Okay, PMI Infinity, as I mentioned earlier, this PMI Infinity is created on, it's a separate GPT, is created on top of the using the knowledge base of ChatGPT, and it is specially trained using the PM body of knowledge base to answer the project management related questions as per the PM guidelines. So you can use, especially for the students, this is a really great tool. The students can use this tool to answer any question, review answers, as well as the project managers and project professionals to create or get any help. If you stuck in any stages within your project, you can think it is your AI assistant for managing your project, and it's like your experienced project management assistant who will sit next to you and assist you whenever you need help. So you can ask any question based on that his knowledge. He will tell you this is what you need to do at this project. When you when you come up with any issue, you can tell it in simple English. You can write a prompt and ask, what should I do next? What is the root cause? And also you can ask them to upload documents and ask the PMI Infinity to access these documents and give me the analysis. So this is a very powerful tool, especially for project management professionals, and it can be accessed through only with the valid PMI login, user ID and password. Agent GPT is another tool. You can use agentgpt.rework.ai. This is the URL you can use to create. You just need to specify a goal. You can say any type of work, then it will basically use it is knowledge base, and it will divide all the tasks into subtasks and create all the work breakdown structure according to the instruction which you give. Let's say, for example, if you say create a project charter or create a project plan for some project construction of 20-story building in a city of whatever you specify, then it will subdivide all the tasks. It will think and subdivide all the tasks, and each subtask it will also create multiple subtasks like that. You just need to give a goal. You don't need to tell the specification. So this is ideal for brainstorming, and also in a high level brainstorming, so that it will tell you all the possible scenarios, possible the subtasks which you even not think of. So this is a really great tool for the project managers to brainstorm as well as to create the first draft of your work breakdown structure. The same way, you can use Govinda tools, which is called Magic to Do, and it's very simple tool and it's free. You just need to specify the subtask, and you can keep it will create the next level of task, and then you can go to the next set of tasks and expand, and you can say divide further. So until you satisfy, you can tell that the tool to subdivide the main task to multiple subtasks. And there's an option you can ask to AI option. You can ask the tool. You can ask tool to estimate automatically. So it will do its own estimation, high level estimation, which will be giving you at least some ideas like how many days it's going to take based on its knowledge base, which can help you to take an initial decision before you creating a project, the proper project management plan. And as we know, there are separate generative AI tools are available to do multiple tasks like text generation, image generation, audio, video, and like ChatGPT. It's general purpose. You can use for any purpose. It's not made only for project managers, project management purposes. Infinity is made only for project management purposes. So, but these models are not interlinked, integrated with any other project management tools. So now the existing project management software like Monday.com, ClickUps, Taskade, these are the existing project management software which was available in the market since a long time, and now they have integrated the AI assistant, AI generation feature directly into their existing tool. So which is a really great news, where now you can use this. If you are using one of these tool and there's an AI enabled tool available, you can automatically use the AI assistant is already built within the existing tool. You can simply use the same tool, AI assistant, to create tasks and estimation, project plans, and also status summaries. These kind of tasks you can use. So ClickUp is another example, and Taskade another example. So which is both are powered by the AI. So you can use this tool to get the help of integrated AI assistant within the same project management tool to create subtasks, project management plan, estimation, risk management plan, and also draft emails, project communication, and a lot of areas. So this will definitely make your life easy as a project manager. this is what I was explaining earlier with regard to communication, like automate AI meeting assistant. This is one of the best AI meeting assistant available in the market today. It's free tool. You can use. It's free. Each meeting it can record up to the free version, 30 minutes of recording. It will do basically if you are having a meeting, let's say more than one meeting on one online meeting, which you will not be able to attend. So you can automatically delegate your AI meeting assistant, AI co-pilot. It is called AI co-pilot or AI co-pilot to attend the meeting on behalf of you. Even you are attending physically, you can use the OTA mobile app within your mobile device, and simply you start the recording button, and you can continue your discussion with your physical meeting or online meeting, and it will automatically record everything, and it will generate the transcript, meeting transcription. And also it will, if it is an online meeting, it will take the screenshot of each slide which you are seeing on your online meeting. So that is the beauty of the meeting assistant. So at the end of the meeting, you will get the email automatically from the meeting assistant saying this is what is this being discussed. This is the snapshot of the presentation, PowerPoint presentation which was shared, and this is the decision. And you, on top of that, you can ask. It's the AI agent, so you can ask question. What has been discussed? Are there any pending thing? Is there any someone has assigned any task for me? Likewise, you can ask. It's like you are talking to your colleague who attend to that meeting, and once he come back and say what has been discussed, can you tell me? I could not come because I was late, I got stuck in the traffic, I could not come. So can you tell me what has been discussed? Has any action items been assigned to me? Likewise, the same way you talk to your colleague who's attended to the meeting, you can talk to your intelligent AI assistant, and AI assistant will give you information. Sometimes the that your colleague will not be in a position. Sometimes he might not remember. He will forget. Maybe he's not paying the attention on some of the area which is not relevant to him. So he will not say, "I cannot remember." Maybe they might have discussed. So which leads to a disaster because sometimes the informations are not moving. So that is where the OTA AI meeting assistant can help you. You can use this tool. It's a very powerful tool for your day-to-day work. Okay, so I have put a link here. Maybe you can take a snapshot or scan the QR code and download, and there are 180 sample prompts for project managers. So these are sample prompts you can use. It is available online, and it's a very good source of prompts. You can think, basically go through these samples, and you can see the possibilities, and you will get to know these are the possibilities of things that you can do using these prompts. These are the areas you can use ChatGPT or Claude or any AI assistant to generate the output. So if you scan this QR code, you will be able to download this. It's a website, online website page. Just keep bookmark it, and you will be able to get a lot of good insight, especially on these prompts. Those are not very complex prompt, but you can use this prompt with earlier I shown some formats to make a better prompts. If you want more generative AI tools, there's another QR code I have already shown, and scan this one and also bookmark this link. This is a special. This is a document I created in Google. Google document I created with all the most of the free generative AI tools, which I have used, and I will be getting in areas. Basically, this document I keep updating every time. So take a screenshot. If you cannot access, maybe I will share the link at the end of the presentation. Both links I will share. And this link at the moment, it has more than I think 30 or 40 generative AI tools in different areas like text generation, image, video, audio, and so many tools are there. Not the popular tools, because some of the unpopular tools also. And I have been, whenever I get a new tool, I go and update this document. So that's why I kept as a Google document. So next time when you visit, you will find maybe next week you will visit, you will find more tools I have added to that document with the screenshot and the link. So you can try out these generative AI tools, especially there are AI phone agents are available, and you can automate your project communication using these AI phone agents. Thank you. I think someone has already shared the link. Okay, so let's move on. Create a project plan. This is a sample prompt, and I have created with parameters. So when you create a prompt, now you can specify the parameters. So this is how you specify the parameters. You use the parameter name within curly brace, like project title, end date, start date, and details, and any other parameter which you think of, which can be used within a prompt, you can specify within two curly brace. And at the end of the prompt, you just specify the same parameter name, colon, and you can put the value next to that. So this way, you can keep your prompt saved in your prompt repository. Next time when you want to execute to create another project plan for another project, you just need to change the project title, details, start date, end date. Why you are using parameters? Because this is a simple prompt. Because sometimes you might need to use the same parameter within multiple places within the same prompt. So in that case, you don't need to repeat the same text, same date, same project name, same project budget in multiple places. So then every time when you are running, you need to change multiple places. Rather, you use parameters and list down all the parameters at the bottom. Then you save the prompt, and whenever you want to run the prompt, you just need to change the parameter value. That's it. So this is another way of using a prompt with parameters. I will show you another example. Risk register. This is another way of using, without using a parameters, you can specify the details like project name, migration deadline, current website platform. Like this is a sample prompt. So you are saying experienced project manager, and this is the project, and I want you to create a project migration risk register and use the following project details. So then you give the details like project name, deadline, current website. You can further specify. There is no hard and fast rule. These are the parameters. You can say any parameters like budget, project start date, and this should be the project end date, and number of team members. You can further specify the project details as a different section. So the prompt will use this information when generating the output. Okay, so let's look at some issues when using generative AI in project management. Data privacy and security is one of the main issue. Ensuring protection and sensitive project and stakeholder information, because we know, like organizations, a lot of people are using ChatGPT within your organization, but we may not know whether the employees are uploading your sensitive data to these tools, and that might end up leading to a third party, a competitor, or we never know, and they might be using this sensitive data. So that is the main concern, like the privacy of data and security. Another great example is like Facebook, your Facebook data and Instagram images. has been used to train Meta AI models. So they publicly said that we are using Facebook images and Instagram images to train their models. So likewise, Google Gemini, they use the Google YouTube videos, content of the YouTube videos and images to train their models. So that's the privacy. You can't do anything. So similarly, the organization level also, you need to educate the employees about these issues. And also algorithm bias and fairness. Sometimes these model will predict the output, especially on a specific area. It shows the bias because the bias is totally depend on, it's like a human, so we like a we sometimes tempt to favor for specific section or specific area of people or specific segment of people. It is a human way. So similarly, AI also train using some data, and if the AI is being heavily used to train on a specific set of data, and when you ask the AI to generate output based on some data, so it use the same data, and it will generate the information which is biased. So it has happened in Google Gemini in last February, and when they asked to generate images of people, it tried to generate some what do you call that, different bias information, especially on a different segment of the generation. So likewise, the depend on the algorithmic bias, and it can be produce a biasness. So same way we need to think as organization, as a project managers, to avoid this bias when you are taking a decision. So that is all depend on to address this bias. You can use effective prompts also, and also when you are training AI model, you can use the neutral data or balanced data to avoid this algorithmic bias. Transparency and explanatory is like ensuring AI decisions and traceable. So sometimes you cannot see the original source of these information where it is comes. So there is no transparency. That is another issue. And human AI balance should be there always. You should not 100% trust the information which is provided by these models. So you need to cannot simply copy paste. Thinks these models as a AI assistant where it will sit next to you to make your day-to-day life easy, and you have to validate. It is your responsibility as a project professionals to validate and use this information wisely without, totally relying on the output given by the AI models. So deepfake is another threat, which is basically generating the fake videos and images using generative AI tools and to spread the misinformation. So there has been situation where the some of the video calls has been made to corporate client and asking to approve the checks. So the video calls looks real, and so people can mislead. And also US presidential campaign, there also beginning of this year, there is a robot call made using this tool saying that not to vote for a specific candidate. So which was released just one day before the election, and which is going to ultimately make a big issue. So that's what, because sometimes you might have already seen so many deepfake images within the social network generated by multiple generative AI tools. So that is where, as a professional, as project professional, you need to educate your staff, your your organization, to make sure, and you have to identify the deepfake, because it's going to be a big cyber threat in the coming future. And copyright is very difficult because the ownership of the content generated by AI, because AI can generate the the better content than sometimes it, because it trains on copyrighted data sometimes. So let's say the Mona Lisa paint was the copyrighted image which was already used to train this model, and if you ask to generate the same image, it can generate. So who's going to get the ownership? So similarly, the photography in the photography is the industry which is going to impact with this copyrighted, especially for the content, image content. So like photographers work, some photographers creative work which cannot be replicated by another photographer, but now it can be generated using these tools, using very effective prompts. So who's going to take the ownership of this one? So that is another question, another issues which is coming up with the rising threat of these generative AI tools. So to address these uh, issues, the governments and the policymakers worldwide are coming up with multiple acts. Even White House, they are come up with the act, and EU has the world, the first and all the AI act, as well as the individual countries are coming up with AI regulations, AI act, AI strategy to leverage the generative AI and AI tools effectively by addressing these issues. So that is where the involvement of policymakers and acts and policies are required to control these issues. So we just talk about how to control these issues generally, but as an organization, if you want to leverage the AI, and how do you going to do this one? Because like ChatGPT is available, accessible within most of the organization, Microsoft Copilot, Google. Likewise, all the tools are coming every day. New tools has been introduced to the market every day, and people are using at their workplace, and maybe they are using uploading their corporate data to make decisions. Sometimes we as a project professional, without thinking, we must be uploading the sensitive information to these models, just Excel sheet or project documents, and which can contain some sensitive information. We don't think on much that one, and we might be uploading and getting the desired output uh, just to make our life easy. But as an organization, these information are sensitive. So how do we control the leverage? How do we effectively leverage the AI within an organization? So that can be addressed by introduction of AI Center of Excellence within an AI within an organization, or either you need to have a dedicated AI team to leverage to help the AI transformation within your organization. So let's see how it can be done. So objectives and the scope of AI Center of Excellence is basically they are responsible for defining the AI strategy, which the organization has to define the AI strategy, which has to be aligned with the country's AI strategy. If your country does not has any AI strategy, then you can either align with EU AI Act or different AI Act, which is globally recognized AI policy, AI strategy, to create your and define your AI strategy. Also, you need to have a governance framework, and collaboration and innovation, and also training is very important, because you need to train your existing employees, especially on leveraging AI, which what are the areas which you can use, what are the approved set of tools, which tools should be banned using your corporate network, and which tools should be allowed, and what are the security constraint when you are using these tools, and what tool has to be used likewise, and how do manage risk and ethical constraints within the corporate level. So these are the some of the scopes, objectives, and scope of the AI Center of Excellence. And now let's look at the structure. So basically, the organization structure of AI Center of Excellence should be headed by a chief AI officer who is leading the AI strategy and innovation and implementation and leveraging the AI transformation, basically the AI transformation across an organization. So this unit, dedicated unit, should be responsible for the entire AI transformation within your organization across multiple departments, because they has to govern the other departments like marketing, sales, procurement, IT, security, you name it, or whatever department, they need to come under the umbrella of AI COE. So this can there is no proper structure, and you, according to the your organization structure, you can create multiple roles, multiple sections, depend on your the complexity of organization structure. It can be a complex organization structure for AI COE, or it could be a simple structure with led by 3 or 4 individuals. So you can have a steering committee, technical working group, domain expert, training expert, and managers to lead this AI transformation project. And training of your employees is very important. Okay, so let's look at the building an AI CEO in 11 steps. So this is just the roadmap which you can use to build a AI CEO within your organization. So first thing is to secure AI executive support. The first thing is, it's very important, you need to get the support of C-suite. Your organization C-suite is the main main section within your organization who will take the decision of leveraging AI within your organization. Then assemble the core team. So once the AI, your C-suite take the decision of, yes, we want to leverage the AI, we want to start using AI within our organization, then the next step is assemble the core team. You need to create an organization structure, find the team, then define the structure as we discussed earlier. Then you have to develop the AI strategy and roadmap. So you need to have a proper strategy to govern, and that will create the policies, and which will say this is how we will use, these are the tools which we need to use. You can align with your country's AI strategy and create a roadmap. Roadmap could be like a 5-year roadmap could be created, but the strategy cannot be 5-year strategy. You need to have a strategy which is frequently getting updated. Like you can create a strategy for 6 months, because the way the world is moving, the AI world is moving, so these tools as being changed every day, and every week you will getting a new tool. Some features within the tools get obsolete in next month. So you need to keep change the strategy, and sometimes the way we are doing the work can be more easier than what we used to do in the previous month. So you cannot use the same strategy for a 1-year period or 5 years. So you need to have a strategy defined and refine every 3 to 6 months. And then you need to establish an governance framework and define proper roles and responsibilities and framework to govern the AI transformation ethically and responsibly within your organization. And then you need to build the AI infrastructure. So you need to define, you're going to use the cloud infrastructure, or you're going to use your on-premise infrastructure, or are you going to use third-party AI models, or you take open source? When you say language model, there are open source and proprietary models are there. And there is a cost of consumption, there is a cost of ownership, and there is a cost of hardware, everything you need to consider. Are we going to use these models, or are we going to use open source models and train with our own data? So that is part of the infrastructure, building infrastructure. Then you need to develop AI skills and knowledge. You need to train your employees. Maybe you need to hire consultants and train the existing schedule, and also implement then you come up with the pilot project, scale AI initiatives. And once you define your AI initiative, then you have to do a innovation and collaboration continuously, and then continuous evaluation and improvement. So this will be a part of your continuous improvement within the AI governance framework, as well as the building AI CEO within organization. So this is very important, and this is the roadmap of building a AI center of excellence within your organization to leverage the AI effectively. The future of, so this is the slide I used to end my presentation, present most of the presentation, because current state where we are at today, we are using artificial narrow intelligence, ANI, that is called ANI, where we are today, and which can be like autonomous, like a human, better than humans in one specific task. Is basically like a chatbot. So you ask a question from generative AI tool like a chat GPT, and it can provide the output, but other than it cannot take any decision, or it cannot give you any information. So the next level, this is where the scientists are predicting AGI, artificial general intelligence, which is capable like humans in every task. So it can take decision by its own. The model will be more intelligent than the typical chatbot, and it can also generate the contents, generate the output, generate the information, take a decision. So you basically give a raw task, and it can automatically do identify subtask, and it will perform the goal. So that is the AGI. So scientists are saying maybe in the next 5 years we might be able to see AGI, the next level of AI. So the future is the level after AGI is calling as a ASI. It is called artificial super intelligence, better than human in every task, which we have seen in science fiction movies, like robot are outperforming the humans. So we don't know when it's going to come. It might take another 10, 15 years, sometimes 20 years, but this is the roadmap. But why I put this slide at the end of the presentation, because I want you all to aware of what is happening on the AI landscape. So the world is evolving, world is moving towards ANI to HEI, and they are planning to move into ASI. And Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla and XAI company, he is predicting AGI will be in 2026, but we never know. But whatever it is, AGI or SI, we need to make sure we use this AI responsibility and ethically. Okay, so these are my LinkedIn page, so you can connect with me on my LinkedIn page by scanning the QR code. And also, I would like to share some of my YouTube channel, which is called AI News Today. Where do you? That's a question. So, where do you get these groundbreaking AI news? So, you need to you need to research on the internet and find the LinkedIn is a great source, and there's a good LinkedIn group called Generative AI, LinkedIn website, sorry, a LinkedIn page called Generative AI, which has 5 million subscribers already. They will also update a lot of news regarding the generative AI tools and AI developments and what is happening on the world. So similarly, I created the YouTube channel to share the most important AI related news on daily basis. So you can connect to my news channel. Please scan this QR code, or you can use this link to connect to my YouTube channel, YouTube news channel. So I am using AI generator. This is an AI generated news channel. So I'll using AI avatar, AI news presenter to read the news on the YouTube news channel. So which is also automated. I will use some. Will be using some automated generative AI tools for this video production. So please connect with me on my LinkedIn, and if you have any question, this is a vast area and ever evolving, still developing, and so many news are coming every day. So if you have any question, and connect with me on LinkedIn. You can send me a message. Also, connect with my YouTube channel and my LinkedIn page. I will be sharing latest tools and information on both my YouTube as well as LinkedIn page. All right, thank you. Sorry, I took, I think, more than 20 minutes to take this one. But this is the end of the session. Thank you, everyone. If you have any question, this is the time for the question. I'll try to, I don't know whether we have enough time, Iqbal, to answer question, but I'll try to.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chamil Bendis, for your insightful presentation, for sharing your expertise as today. I am sure everyone found it as informative and do you have any questions? As we don't have much time, we'll take few questions. Do you have any questions? In the chat box, one question was asked during the session that real life case studies. I think you have covered.
Yeah. He said that. I got the answer. Yeah.
Session one. And another one was for the AI policies and the security things. You already gave the answers as well.
Yes,
So,
correct.
anyone have any questions? I think everyone understand what you presented. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. And I'm just going to share my screen. There is a token of appreciation from PMIBD chapter as part of our social commitment and sustainability, giving back to the community. Environment, PMIBD chapter is proud to sponsor the planting at fee in honor of our speaker. So thank you, Kevin Bendis, for your contribution to our community and the environment. Okay. So I will send this certificate to your email.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Iqbal. It was my pleasure to share my insight and really appreciate and thank you for inviting me. And I hope I was able to convince at least something new, and maybe some of you must already take something new to take home and try to use these generative AI tools, because it's a rapidly evolving landscape of world where we are living today. And as a project professionals, use these tools to make your day-to-day life easy. And when you are using, consider how to use security constraint as well as ethically how you can use this one. So these are the things that we need to consider as a project professionals.
Before wrap up, I would request everyone to open your video so that we can take a picture. Usually we'll publish in our social media in this picture. So requesting all of you, if you may able, please open your videos. Thank you, Murshid Bhai, for joining today.
Going from Dubai. All the way.
Murshid Bhai also from Dubai, right?
Sorry? Couldn't hear you. I'm on the move.
Just a minute, let me take a picture.
Really very informal.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So wrap
Thank
up,
you.
I
Thank you, Mr. Kamil.
have some
Thank
information.
you, Mr. Iqbal, for arranging.
Sorry,
Thank you very much.
For wrap up, I have.
Thank you for arranging such a nice session. Thank you.
Can you wrap
you're most welcome. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
wrap up? Yes.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
So,
Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Mendes.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much.
okay. So you'll get the videos through email within few days. Okay, and these recorded videos will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. So you will get it from there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jamil, for your time.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
See you.
See you. Bye. Bye.